Here we go, round 5 from TEPCOTT Season 6. This time around racing in very wet conditions using the Oracle XS. And this was a round that I was looking forward to, as the previous season with this moist round I did my best racing in. So I had some careful optimism about doing pretty well. Although this round had a added challenge from merging the lower divisions, as Division 5 and 6 were merged into one lobby. So there were plenty of good and fast racers in this race, which most definitely wasn't making this easy. But I knew that if I were to get a clean race in without any bigger crashes, I had a good chance of making the promotion group, of finishing in the top 6. Now I was surprised how clean this first lap was, with only minor crashes like that happening. Now one significant challenge, apart from the rain, was the fact that this track was pretty narrow, so you really didn't have much space for overtaking or really a place to have a mistake. So if you went wide, you quite quickly hit a wall, and then there was a chance of someone else crashing into you. Now with these challenging conditions, one good place to lose or gain a position was in these braking places, where going even slightly wide easily cost you a position, as well as some of these props. Like I said earlier, you really didn't have any space to have a mistake. One advantage that I seemed to have was going much more cautiously into these high-speed straights and the turn at the end, which gave me quite a few positions throughout the race. Although being so cautious also gave others a chance to overtake me. Now this bridge here was one of those places where I would lose places, where other drivers had some brake boosts on that straight, as well as some here, which looking back at I should have practiced for as well. But regardless of these boosts that I didn't have, my race, with trying to keep it as clean as I can, seemed to pay off in gaining some positions around the half point of the race, when others started to take their pits as well. I had kept my eyes on the splits for several laps earlier in the race, just to judge how much time I would have for my pit. But to my surprise, when I was driving near the top 5 of the race, I realized that I should just keep on going and pit when the last guy in front of me would take their pit, in an attempt to use the clear track in front of me to get the best out of that situation, so I wouldn't lose so many positions when I eventually took my pit. And to my surprise, that worked out pretty well, as I still remained in the top 5. And coming into the closing laps, we actually started to have a good battle between myself, Laser Tank and Kulke, which really made these last few laps exciting, as the winner of this battle could have been any one of us. And here we come for my favorite part of this fighting, where I knew that Kulke had the speed over this bridge based on the previous laps. So all I could do was to brake early and turn in and hope that they went wide. And to my surprise that worked, granting me that 5th position in this race, which overall was a pretty good end result, as the previous rounds were more or less difficult for me, so getting a good result in was more than welcome.